Because I guess we are live. Hey, this is an impromptu, so most of you probably going to catch the recording on this one. Hey, it's been a while. Simple as that. It's been a while. There's a lot of great information, a lot of great things happening, um, and I say that because I'm just very optimistic, very positive. So in spite of the challenges that many people have in the U.S. From the politics. We know that this is. We're gonna talk about everything. I got about 15 minutes. I'm just waiting on something, so I wanted to go live for a few minutes, and I want to talk a little bit about what we're going to be experiencing, some of the things that I'm experiencing, um, and just my thoughts, and me and a few partners, we talk, we do some video talking, video recordings every day, and so a lot of times we have the experience of just hearing from each other and hearing others' perspectives, and it's funny because you do kind of associate with people that you have like minds, you have like experiences, and things like that, and so at this time, I literally have really been energized by the great conversations that I've had with just really good people in my circle. And so one of the key things that I really like to do is have those serious conversations with people of like minds, and but one thing that I'm aware of is you're not going to just spew all your thoughts and beliefs and value ideas across a YouTube channel, and people be like, what is he talking about? So that's not what's up. But you know on my channel, you're mostly going to see things about the projects that I'm involved with. You're not going to some advanced technology. I'm really, really, trying to just stay focused on the things um, that transcend, your day to day, that transcend things that get you down or things that's going to make you feel bad. Because you don't go to YouTube, you don't go to, TV, you don't go to the movies to be sad. You don't go there. You go there to just escape for a few minutes. Let reality kind of set on the side and just be, right? Release for a second, because the stress and strain of just living in this day and time is enough. So what am I talking about? I'm just, like I said, I'm just going off the cuff. I'm just talking about anything and everything because it's been so long since I went live. So I thought I'd jump on and just talk, really. Um, I sit here and I was reading, the news, and I go through and I look at just the variety. I go from Democracy Now to PBS, and get pretty much those local kind of concerns, where people talk about individual things that happen in their neighborhoods. It's a different environment, it's a different feeling. And then throughout the day, I start to jump on different Zoom calls, and I host Zoom calls as well, about opportunities that I'm involved with. For those out there that know, my awesome community team, Achieve Prosperity Club, we are still rocking and rolling. We will be getting together pretty soon, catch up, let's talk about our next moves. I got an ignition event that I'm going to be hosting here shortly, but for now, on a day-to-day, we just update, we make sure everybody's in the know about the new projects and things that are going on. For those that don't know, or do know, I just want to remind you guys that with what Team Achieve, what I focused on is four key projects when it comes to dealing with those passive income, those alternative means to grow your income. There's four key projects that I focused on, and I felt like that would be a better way to deal in this industry. There's so many people out there that jump on a new project week after week after week after week, and that's not how we roll. That's why you don't see me doing a lot of videos. You don't see me doing a variety of videos. You don't see me jumping on every day, every week, every month. You know, just doing so many different videos about different things, um, because that's not what I do. There are a lot of people out there that will, you know, contact me, they contact you, they contact people, and they just want you to promote, 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 promote. You know, and it's just, man, you get tired of that, right? You know, so I observe the things that are going on in the world today, and I step back. You know, I said, what is really important? You know, what really moves me? Like, I really want, you know, like I said, the world to be in a position where there are people that are struggling, and then there's a different level of struggle when it comes to being in the U.S. or being in the U.K. or being in, you know, Asia, or being in the Middle East, or being in, you know, Europe, you know, as a whole. There are different struggles in different areas. So if I say there's a struggle here in the U.S., then what is that struggle compared to a struggle in the Middle East? Those are two totally different things, right? So of course the people that are struggling look at them differently. So it's not that I just sit here and say, hey, let's see what new program we can jump to. Let's see if we can make, you know, $100 a day, $1,000 a day. You know, let's focus, focus, focus. But then when you wake up the next morning, all you can hear is your brothers and sisters across the globe are suffering every single day just to get a cup of water. And not just a cup of water, but a cup of dirty water. And and you're thinking, well, why am I waking up every day trying to figure out how, you know, I can, you know, buy somebody a new home or buy somebody, you know, a new car when they can't even get a cup of water, and that's clean water. So then I start to think, where's the priority here, right? So now what's your motivation for doing what you do? So if you have the faculty, if you have the capability, you have the resources to go after projects that do deliver, you know, $1,000 a day, even if it's over time, then that pursuit is different. When you start to analyze and you start to understand, your motivation is different than the person next to you, right? So it's not a matter of, let's see how much money you can make. It's a matter of how much value can you bring to people that actually need it. That's a whole different motivation. And with the politics of the US, it's a lifestyle and a livelihood for people in other regions of the world, right? And a lot of you totally understand that the politics today, right? I was listening to somebody. This is what got me. I'm listening to um, a speech today, and the brother was talking about, hey, group, you know, a specific group of people, we need to make sure that we engage in the political process, right? A lot of us are immigrants to this country, and you know, he was going on, and he says, you know, but we want to be part of the solution. So how do we do that? A lot of people say they don't want to vote because they're not represented by any of the, um, you know, the people that are running. And so he says, but you know, we need to engage in the system and we need to vote. And so I sit here and I hear this a lot. You know, every time there's a big campaign or something, or every 4 years, 2 years, whatever it is, there's this, we need to vote. So here's my question to you and everybody out there. What does that really mean, right? If you want to engage in the political system, right? Are we talking about at the president level? Are we talking about at the local level? Are we talking about at the district level? I mean, where are you putting your efforts, and where do you believe that your actual efforts are going to mean the most? Where's the most impact going to go, and where's it going to come from? You know, so all of this plays into, what do I do on a daily basis, and what change am I affecting? Right. So this is, you know, like I said, this is just me, like I said, just chatting, you know, because I don't have anything specific I want to talk about. I'm not going to get into, you know, hey, you know, did you hear my last Camhurst video, and I talked about the new developments of the smart contract, you know, where it's delivering immediate commissions, you know, where you can earn anywhere from 5 to 35% per, you know, deposit. You can build a team, you cannot build a team, double your money in 6 months. Yeah, we could talk about that. Or we could talk about what's real and what's pushing a day-to-day activity. And that's the condition of the world, right? And so we don't really have a future if we don't really impact the future, right? And that means working today on things that mean something, that matter. And so it was interesting when I was listening to this gentleman, and he was talking about this to this audience, and he was talking about, to be involved in the political process, and he said you need to vote. So I'm just gonna straight up tell you guys, you take it as you want, you choose, how you deliver, and deliberate on this. Everybody has their personal opinion, their personal value system, all that good stuff. So it's not me telling you anything. This is just my thoughts on this topic. If you know that there are two people that are nominees that are running for this particular position, and you're in a country where there's a two-party system. They say there's more than two, but there's really only two. Um, we hear about Philippines. We hear about Russia. We hear about you know, places in Africa. We hear about Mexico. We hear about all this stuff, right? So yeah, I'm talking politics here. Like I said, this is just a chat, so you can check it out, or you can just, I don't know, throw it out the window. Totally up to you. But here's the thing: when we look at these situations around us, because they do affect us, they do affect our motivation. They do affect how we, do what we do today, tomorrow, and what is the actual impact you're going to have on the people. Because I have a global community. I mean, I'm talking in my opportunities, between the top four opportunities being Camhurst, Humanity, and Boss, and with Mave, and then we have some a few others that are that's doing their thing. But when I look at that, I see the global community. When you have 200-300 people in your program, then you know that there are people all over the globe. So with that being said, I totally understand that everybody is impacted differently. Because if you're in Africa and you see that there's an election, let's say for South Africa just had their election, right? You had ANC, and then you had your EPP, EFF, right? And then you had others obviously behind that, but the systems are set up differently. In the UK, the systems are set up differently, but they're having local events, and voting, and local elections. And in the U.S., it gets a little bigger, but we still have local elections as well. But all that impacts what you do today, what you do tomorrow. Which one is going to provide you an opportunity? Let's say you're only about economy, you're only about money, you're only about entrepreneurship, or you're only about building your bank, getting your bag, if you will. Then the politics will affect you, right? There are people right now, in America and other places, that are pro entrepreneurship, or pro big business, or pro small business. Which one are you? Which one are you gonna, so you can think that the politics don't affect you at the lower level. But yeah, I mean, if you're only making $100 a week on your side hustle, maybe it won't affect you. But it depends on what type of side hustle you got, right? So don't think that one doesn't affect the other, because it really does. And in America, that is massively important. And I can tell you, there's things that's been instituted just in the last 6 months in the U.S. that, mind-blowing, that does affect. When you're talking about crypto, right? Some people are probably, living off of crypto, but at a point somewhere, there's rules that they're trying to make, because you got BRICS and you got the de-dollarization, and people say, oh, they're not going to be able to get rid of the dollar. Well, funny thing, they're already on point to do that. Now, it may not take 1 day or 1 month or 1 year, but it's going to happen, period. And in addition to that, you have in other countries like Mexico, for instance. I found it funny that Mexico, they propped up this whole idea that, hey, we got our first female president with some Jewish background, and which I don't know why that even became an issue or popped up. Well, at the end of the day, she made it clear that she don't even practice any type of Jewish, religion. It was just somebody in her past, like somebody in her family somewhere. They were, I guess of that persuasion, and then they were like, wow, how did this happen? And she talked about how this was the most peaceful, election they've ever had. But the news just said that like 34 candidates, not 34 random people, 34 candidates were killed in the process of campaigning for the presidency. How is that a peaceful outcome when you killed off all of the people that were running? Like, it was crazy. So I'm just saying, like, this is how it happens. And in the U.S., you have, what we call APAC, and you got, there's a lot of different agencies out there that are pushing so hard to 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 persuade, you know, the electoral college in the way that they want it to be. It's no different from being in one country and you physically, murdering people, and then you in this country when you're politically murdering people. I mean, what's the difference? You're still doing, and your outcome is still, and the objectives are still the same, right? So how does that affect you on an economic level? Well, guess what? Depending on their motivations and who put them in office, then that's where their efforts are going to go. So you can sit back and say, oh, it's okay. Why are you talking politics? Because it affects you, me, and everybody else, right? So at the end of the day, we got some great programs. We're very fortunate to be able to continue, dealing in this area. I'm going to tell you, though, the programs that we have right now, they're cool. But what's coming, the evolution within the programs are crazy. I'm talking things are happening. We're talking crypto banking, like legit banking, not playing banking. This is like real banking that's coming like right around the corner. And it's a separate one, but there's another one that is within another program that they finally got their crypto banking taken to the next level. And it's part of another program within a major private program that we're doing. And within this private play, if you are interested in 8 to 10% a month, consistent, safe, and they're actually launching a token that is going to be part of a very, very high level. I can't even go into it because we're not allowed to dive deep right now. But I'm gonna tell you, we have some things happening that are affected by global issues. So be careful with that. But I'm gonna tell you that the beauty is we definitely have, we're in such a great position. And this is, like I told you guys when we kicked off the year, I told you there was going to be some powerful things happening. I told you we were going to grow your income. I told you you're going to hit massive success within the first 6 months is preparation. The next 6 months is going to be jubilation. So don't sweat it. Don't sleep. Just come on board. Team Achieve Prosperity Club is rocking and rolling, and you don't want to miss what happens for the second half of the year. All right, peace. I'll see you on the next one. All right.